Hey there guys, I'm going to be going back to the tower event for the floor 24. This is where I left off last month when the tower ran. So I've tried this a few times and I actually beat 24 already, but I didn't record it. So I'm going to be doing it again to show the team that finally worked out for beating it. We're going to be using Warrior of Light. He is status immune with some Ice, Lightning, Holy, and Dark Resist. And he's full evasion. That's very important for this setup that I'm doing it. Fina is going to be just, healing and such. She's got same thing, some Ice, Lightning, Holy, and Dark Resist. And the whole team needs to be completely immune to statuses. That's really important. Charlotte is going to be passive provoking with death immunity with the Genji shield. She's also got really high Ice, Lightning, Holy, and Dark resist, as well as some Water, Wind, and Earth resist. That'll be over 100% with a resistance buff. So that'll be important for her duty. Auron is going to be a breaker. Now, he needs a holy weapon to seal the first boss. That's really important, and I'll explain that when we get to the first boss. But other than that, he's just got same thing, Ice, Lightning, Holy, and Dark resist, the status immunity. Bartz is going to be our DPS. He's using the Vishnu vest for a little bit of resistance, but he's actually pretty short on resist, so it's kind of risky doing it this way. But because he's got to carry all the damage by himself, he needs more DPS than survival. But he can still survive okay. He's got Dragon Killer, he's on Odin for Dragon Killer, and Odin also gets Undead Killer. The second team is going to be the Summoner team. It's going to be Citra for filling the gauge. You'll see she's naked, that's okay. Yuna is going to be filling the gauge, she's naked, that's okay. Aiko is going to be filling the gauge. She's mostly naked, but I was a little tight on mana regen for her, so I'm going to give her some extra mana regen, now that I'm thinking about it, just to make it even easier. There we go, that should be plenty. Let me do one more mana regen. There we go, now she should never run out of mana. That's totally fine now. But anyway, yeah, so Aiko is filling the gauge. Kenny Crow is only here for summoning Ashura. His gear is not important. He's not going to be getting hit. He just as for Summoner. And Nicole is really just here for Dispel. He's got Sharp Kick, and he can Dispel with that. And we're not bringing a third team. So, let's get into it. This took me a lot of team tweaks to figure out. It seems pretty easy when everything falls into place, but it's very tricky otherwise. Alright, so for this first boss, we're going to have Bartz power up, the usual. Warrior of Light is going to provoke, because he's not passive provoking, and Charlotte is, but his active provoke will override Charlotte's passive. Charlotte is going to magic cover with those resistances, and Fina is going to give a resist buff, and a Shining Shear to help fill the limit gauge. Now Auron is going to dual cast his breaks of attack and magic, and these are going to hit the boss with Holy. As long as the boss is being hit with Holy, it'll seal his hit point siphon, which means Warrior of Light won't die. Warrior of Light will lose all his mana, but hitting the boss with Holy every single turn means the boss will never use his hit point siphon, which ignores cover and evade. Bartz will power up again. And for the most part, we're just going to repeat these units. Now, also, as long as no one is poisoned, the boss will not use instant death. So again, the whole team needs immunity to statuses so they won't get poisoned and get instant death. Alright, Bart's almost done powering up. Fina is going to swap to mana regen, so we can get Warrior of Light to provoke again, because he is getting mana drained every turn. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're almost ready to fight this boss. There's the poison, and as long as we're all immune to poison, we won't get poison, and it'll prevent the death. Alright, so we're going to do this, and we're going to chain. We're going to repeat these. I'm going to go ahead and trust over to Auron, because he needs his limit burst ready for the next fight. And Warrior of Light can just guard this turn. Okay. Now it's time to kill the boss. We've got 5 turns remaining to kill the boss. This team is a little tight on finishing within the turn limit, but it can be done. Alright, let's go ahead and provoke again. Let's see, we're going to cover that. Fina, you're going to resist buff and mana regen. Auron, it's time for you to actually chain. And Barth, let's do your unlock chain. Let's see if I can get this properly chained. There we go. Alright. As you see, the boss isn't too terribly tanky, and Barth with his DPS gear is fine, but it is still a little bit tight. Alright, Bart, we got your unlock now, let's do that. So let's go ahead and chain these two. There we go. Outstanding. Fina, we'll have you this turn double Shining Shear, because I want to fill her own limit gauge back up for the next fight. And we'll have Charlotte do a mana refill, so Warrior of Light can provoke one more time. His provoke lasts 4 turns, so that'll now last the remainder of the fight. Alright, so as you see, this boss is not too bad, as long as you're hitting him with Holy every single turn, and having Charlotte cover with immunity, immune to poison on everyone, and have evasion. This boss can't really do a whole lot to you. Alright, so Bart's will chain this. Let's go chain. There we go. Alright, let's see. Fina has her limits ready. Okay, perfect. So let's refresh resistance one more time, and now do mana regen for the rest of the fight. Let's cover magic with Charlotte. And I want to break the boss one more time. The break is mostly just in case something goes wrong. So I'll keep him broken with Warrior of Light. Okay. So I think we got one more turn until Bart's cooldown unlocks, and then we'll unlock his attack for the last turn, and then use it on the final round. Yeah, one more turn. Okay. Alright, I might have messed up that chain. No, it was fine. Alright, so Fina, for the rest of the fight, you're just going to double mana regen to keep Warrior of Light topped off. Charlotte, you're just going to keep refill mana as well. I think Warrior of Light might want to provoke one more time, so we'll do that just to make sure it's up for the rest of the fight. Okay. Alright, Bart, you're unlock. Fina and Charlotte. We're just going to guard Warrior of Light. And let's go. Alright, and next turn, Bart's Big Burst is available, so we'll finish off the boss on the last round. Yeah, it's cutting it pretty tight on these upper floors, but Bart's is still good enough. Alright, let's go ahead and do mana regens for those two. And don't mess up my chain. Got it. Alright. Last turn, we got the boss. 10 out of 10. If you look at the top right corner, you'll see the turn limit. You only have 10 turns to kill these mini-bosses. Alright, this is going to be the Terror Knight. We fought him before in various events. The Europa Trial has him. It's the same thing, just super powered. So he's going to be single target hitting Charlotte with her passive provoke. Warrior of Light is going to physical cover with evasion. For this first turn, we don't have resistance buffs up yet, so Charlotte is going to use a super magical mitigation. Auron will break, and we will power up Bart. Actually, we are going to have some resistance with Fina, and then we'll do a mana regen. We just don't have the good resistances quite yet. Alright, there's the wind attack. The boss does wind, ice, and earth damage. But the team has pretty high resist across the board with the buffs and such. Alright, now let's magically mitigate with Charlotte. Warrior of Light will do a better resistance buff. Fina is going to double Shining Shear to try to get Auron's limit gauge filled up again. Bart's will power up. Auron will chain to try to get more crystals. Yeah, I want to fill Auron's limit gauge before Bart's ready. There's the Dispel. The Dispel is on Charlotte, so she lost all her buffs, but she's still passive provoking and she's death immune. And so even though she lost her buffs, she's got high resistance, so she's surviving these attacks even fine, just fine. Alright, Bart's last power up. Fina, let's go ahead and double Shining Cheer one more time. Perfect, orange, ready to go. Charlotte is going to do a better Ice Resist buff. Warrior Blight is going to refresh his cover. Okay. There's the death, but Charlotte's immune. Okay. Alright, Bart, you're going to do that and use your final chain. Auron's going to refresh his brakes. Fina is going to give us another resist buff and a mana regen. Alright, Warrior Blight. I just refreshed cover with Warrior Blight, but I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to refresh resistances with Charlotte. Because we're losing the mitigation buff next turn, so the damage is going to go up a little bit. Because I don't want to cast Charlotte's Limit Burst, because I don't want to cover magic. I only want to cover physical. So we're not going to have any general mitigation buff the next 2 turns. Alright, Bart, now we're going to chain this with Auron. It's time to start killing this boss. Alright, please don't break the chain. Got it. Alright, we don't have any mitigation this turn, so... Oh, Charlotte's cooldown's not ready. That's fine. We use Warrior Blight's super buff instead. Fina is going to... Let's see here. I don't want to use Fina's limit quite yet. So we'll just do a resist buff one more time and a mana regen. And Charlotte will refresh her magic mitigation. Okay. Now there's thresholds on the boss at 80, 50, and 20, but all the thresholds are additional cast of death that Charlotte's immune to anyway. So we don't really care about the deaths. Alright, Bart, your unlock is ready. Let's do that. Got it. Perfect. We pushed 2 thresholds, but again, we don't really care because Charlotte's immune. Charlotte is going to use her super magical mitigation for this turn because Warrior Blight's mitigation is not available until next round. We'll refresh his cover. And we will Shining Cheer and Mana Regen. I want to go into the next fight totally topped off with everything. Alright, there's the death, the dispel. There's multiple deaths. You need your passive provoker death immune, otherwise that would have been a real bad turn. Alright, how's the boss's breaks looking? 1 turn. We'll go ahead and break again with... Actually, we can just break with Charlotte. Oh, geez. Which one of these is the magic break? I think this is the magic... You know, I don't want to stop and look it up. I should be more familiar with Charlotte's break. We're going to break with Warrior Blight, which means we don't have mitigation for yet another turn, so it's going to be a little painful, but I think it'll be fine. Let's go ahead and limit with Fina for the re-raise. Cause we still got Warrior Blight's super resistance buffs. So let's chain. All right, so we've got 3 turns to kill the boss with the re-raise up. Yeah, it's not too bad. The damage is still fine. We've still got really high resistance across the board, so that's fine. Now we're going to use Warrior Blight's mitigation buff. Alright, so the damage for the rest of the fight should be totally minor. Let's do that. Fina, you need to do this and this. Bart, you have 1 turn on your cooldowns. Let's chain and chain with Auron. Oh, I think I messed up that chain. Yep, I did. Oh well, whatever. That was a small damage turn anyway. Alright. As you can see, we're taking some wind damage. Orange getting hurt pretty bad. That's because Warrior of Light's big wind resist wore off. I gotta refresh that this turn. Alright, Warrior of Light, let's refresh your good wind resist buff. Let's have Charlotte refresh her good ice resist buff. And Fina is going to heal. And I guess just double heal, whatever. Alright, Bartz. Unlock your big attack. Got it. And once again, we'll kill the boss on the final turn with Bartz's super unlock. There's the threshold, multiple deaths, no big deal. Here's an ice attack, we've got Charlotte's ice resist. There's a wind attack, we've got Warrior of Light's wind resist, which is much better than Fina's resist. Alright, I think our re-raise wore off at this point. It did. So we got to re-raise again with Fina, which is fine. I kind of did it a little bit preemptively in the earlier turn. Alright, so we're going to chain Bartz's big attack, and we'll have Charlotte just refresh mana after that. Alright, let's chain. Oh, I think I messed it up. I did, but it didn't matter because Bartz's super attack is super strong. And here's the AoE death, but we've got re-raise, so we don't care. Alright, there we go, there we go. Last turn once again. Now it's time for the two-headed dragon. Honestly, the two-headed dragon is a little bit easier than the two bosses before him. For one thing, you've got 30 turns to win, which is really generous. So to start off on turn 1, we're going to go ahead and have Fina heal and dispel the team, because the boss ambushes with a huge stat break, and I don't like that. So we're going to do that, and we're going to redirect that dispel to our team to get rid of that break, that ambush break. Alright, this boss is completely immune to breaks of his own, so we're just going to guard Orange. You don't want to hit the boss because he counterattacks if you hit him. So we're going to power up Bartz. We're going to be physical covering on this fight, so we're going to cover with Warrior of Light. And because we didn't have a chance to cast resist buffs yet, we're going to use a super mitigation buff with Charlotte, so we don't die to the laser beams. Because again, we haven't had a chance to cast resist buffs. So the mitigation will keep us alive. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. As you see, Bartz has low resistance. Alright, now because we counterattacked with Ring of the Lucii, because I'm evading with Warrior of Light, that's going to trigger a counter, because the Lucii will make the boss counterattack you. He'll do AoE stop, death, breaks. So we need to hit him with an Esper so he doesn't counterattack. So we're going to use an Esper with Orange to stun the boss. Because Bartz is still busy powering up. We're not ready to DPS yet. So that Esper stunned the boss. Now we're going to do mitigation with Charlotte. We're going to do, let's see, resistance with Warrior of Light. And I've got to keep track of how many turns Warrior of Light's mitigation buff is currently active, so I don't forget. Because we're going to be swapping in a moment. Alright, Fina's going to resist, and Shining Cheer for the regeneration. Alright, so the boss is currently stunned. There we go, he's not going to attack us. We could hurt the boss this turn, but again, it's more important to get Bartz all the way powered up first. So we're going to do that. Let's see, Charlotte is going to resist buff. Warrior of Light is going to... This is the third turn of Warrior of Light's mitigations. We've got to keep track of that. So Warrior of Light is going to physical cover, and Fina is going to resist all and Shining Cheer. Alright. So technically, now we can hurt the boss. Okay. There's like the AoE and all that kind of goodness. We hit the boss, so we need to hit him with an Esper again to stun him. This is where Team 2 comes in. Team 2 is going to... Citra is going to use her Esper Fill skill. Yuna's going to use her Esper Fill skill. And so is Aiko. So with these three guys, they're going to fill the Esper gauge to the top. We're going to hit that boss with Ashura. And Nicole will, for now, just mana regen. We're not ready to dispel yet, so it's fine. So the boss was hit with an Esper. He's now stunned. So now he can be hurt. So let's go back to our other team and take advantage of that. The boss is stunned. Bartz is now powered up. So let's go ahead and chain. That's whoops, wrong skill. Let's chain and do his last power up. Let's have Orin chain with Bartz. Let's get those chains in. Of course, this is Bart still unlocked. Now Bart's fully powered up. This is the last turn of Warrior of Light's cover mitigation, so I got to keep track of this. So let's mitigate this. Yeah, 3. So let's go ahead and refresh physical coverage one more time. And Fina is going to resist buff and mana regen. So remember, you can't stun this boss 2 turns in a row. So you have to survive every other turn without stunning him. And his damage does get higher the lower in health he gets. As you see, he's hurting Bart real bad because Bart is not using much resistance gear. And the boss buffed himself. So this is why we need to swap out the other team. And before we do anything, we're going to Sharp Kick to dispel the boss's buff with Nicole. Now we're going to use our summoners to fill the Esper gauge. Kenny Crow is going to summon Ashura. And we're going to stun the boss. And stunning him also makes him vulnerable to attack. You can't hurt the boss with elemental damage if you don't stun him first. Back to our original team. Alright, at this point we've lost Warrior of Light's mitigation, so I gotta keep track of this. Alright, so because of that, Warrior of Light is going to use his super cooldown. And on this turn, we're going to use a big ice resist buff with Charlotte. Fina is going to AoE re-raise and heal over time. Now we shouldn't need the re-raise, that's kind of like just in case, but it's fine. Alright, Bart, we're going to unlock your big attack. There we go. So Bart's is really stacked on Dragon Killer right now, which is why we're dealing so much damage. Not to mention Bart's is just amazing overall. So, there we go. Oh, big pain, but big painful. And that was with Warrior of Light's big cooldown too. Yeah, as you can see, Bart's is wearing real squishy gear. He's wearing DPS gear. Let's see here. The boss does not need to be dispelled, but it doesn't really matter. Let's dispel him anyway. Let's fill the Esper gauge with the summoners, and let's hit the boss with the Shura. So we're going to stun him again. There we go. Alright, let's go back to our DPS team. We unlocked Bart's big attack. Let's go ahead and do that. Got it, I think. Yep, perfect. Boom. Got it. Alright, we're going to use a single target super mitigation on Bart, so he doesn't die here. Charlotte is going to use her super magical mitigation. So this turn should be really well protected. And let's re-raise on Bart just in case. Because again, Bart is not wearing hardly any resistance gear. So he's like really vulnerable here. But we've got lots of protections up on him right now. Like this turn, Warrior of Light and Charlotte are both using their cooldowns on him, so he's fine. Alright, the boss buffed himself again. So, just our typical rotation, bring back the summoners, dispel that buff with Nicole, fill the Esper gauge with the 3 summoners, and Kenny Crow, go ahead and summon that Ashura to stun the boss. Now you can use any Esper you want to stun the boss, it doesn't have to be Ashura. You know, just as long as the Esper does damage, you're good. Alright, Warrior of Light. Now let's put up your mitigation again. So now general mitigation is back on the team. Charlotte will put up magic mitigation. Fina is going to resist all and Shining Cheer. And Bart's is going to go back to his regular chain. And I think I broke that chain, but whatever. I did. It's fine, it's fine. The cool thing is the bosses have a really generous turn limit. You know, we've got 19 turns remaining to win. Obviously, we're not going to need 19 more turns. As you can see, Bart's is getting hit pretty hard because now the boss is doing double laser beams, which is painful, but he should be okay. All right, dispel the boss, fill the Esper gauge, summon Ashura. There we go. Boss is stunned. Swap back to our DPS team. Bart, your cooldown is 1 more turn. Alright, let's go ahead and chain these 2. Alright, we're going to win next turn. Outstanding. Warrior of Light, is your protection ready? It's not. So let's go ahead and do that. Fina, let's heal and re-raise, I guess, Bart's. Charlotte, is your cooldown ready? It's not. Whatever. We're fine. We're not gonna die here, I don't think. We've got plenty of resistance buff stuff right now. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Warrior of Light was slow at covering. Seriously? Alright, this is okay. I mean, this is okay. I should have re-raised Auron too. That was just my mistake. For not taking a save. So we're gonna have to do it across 2 more turns. Which is okay, That was the threshold. So we're gonna stun the boss. Alright. Things are falling apart in the last percent. Let's see. Fina, we need to get Auron back up and a heal. Alright, Bart, we'll unlock your attack. I'm probably gonna kill the boss next turn no matter what. Uh-oh. We don't have resistance buffs. Alright, we're just gonna... How's Warrior of Light's cover looking? 2 turns? We're just gonna protect Bart's, because he can kill the boss even next turn, even without chains, even if, Auron dies again. Oh, the boss cured his breaks. Yeah, Auron died again. That's okay, Alright, but we do have to stun the boss first. That is important, because we can't hurt him while he's not stunned. He's immune to all elements. So let's dispel. Espers or summoners do your thing. Kenny Crow, summon Ashura. Alright, there we go. Stunned. And let's bring the main team back. Did Bart ever actually die? I don't think he did. Oh, he did die. Oh, whatever. Alright, Bart's special attack can finish off the boss from here. Okay, there we go. It was a little dicey on the end, but we got it. So that was floor B24. That was the second to last floor of the tower. There is now only 1 floor remaining, floor B25, where the final boss is a completely unique boss. We've never seen her in the game before. She's totally new. I have never even attempted this floor because I killed the dragon floor and then I wanted to re-kill it so I could do it on video after a bunch of tries. So yeah, so I'm going to spend some time trying to build a team, and I will make an attempt on AT, the Goddess of Ruin, later tonight. And I'll record it if it goes well. If not, I'll probably keep practicing, and then I'll put up a video when it works. See you guys for that.